4 years ago today, 55 Canadian citizens and 30 permanent residents died when Ukraine International Airlines flight PS752 was shot down by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. In the years since, the families of the victims have pursued accountability against both the IRGC and the Iranian regime, who still claim the plane was, quote, mistakenly shot down after being confused for an American cruise missile. With us this morning is Karosh Dushnas, whose fiancé, Farouk Kadam, was killed on flight PS752. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Lindsey.
So you are the spokesperson for the Association of Families of Flight PS752, the victims. How has the lack of closure or accountability from Iran affected your ability to heal from this tragedy?
Yes, thank you for asking me to be on your program today, because it's a solemn day and marking 4 years since we lost our loved ones. And until now, we haven't really got all the necessary information to know what is really happened. Iranian regime completely blocking all kinds of communication to give any information. They try all the misinformation, and there has been no justice. And since there is no justice, there is no closure in our lives. And we have no choice but to continue our struggle to seek truth and justice.
Some of the families are living in Iran. How are those families uniquely affected in their ability to mourn those that they've lost?
Well, I mean, it's been very difficult. In fact, I was watching some videos from Iran, families who live in Iran. They have gone to the place where after the shooting down, the IRGC shoot down the plane where it crashed. They had a memorial service there. And of course, the regimes and the people close to the regime who are working for them are always trying to make it difficult for families to come together. In fact, people have traditionally, they put banners to show respect for their loved ones. And they come in and they tore off the banners. And in fact, about an hour ago, we found out the last person who's supposed to be serving 13 years in jail is being freed just merely after 4 years. And there is really nobody even gone to the jail for a crime they're supposed to, committed by mistake. And they never showed any evidence that during these 4 years there has been any human errors. They're just claiming it.
I can't imagine how hard that is for you and for the families. Now, I know you're hoping to see the Canadian government officially list the IRGC as a terrorist organization. The U.S. has done that, and last year a non-binding resolution was overwhelmingly approved in European Parliament to have the EU do the same. What progress have you made in getting Canada to make that change?
Well, the discussion is ongoing with the government of Canada, and we are hopeful in the coming months, or they take it really a step further, and they take that final step of putting IRGC as a terrorist organization where they should be. And Canada has already listed a part of the IRGC as a terrorist organization, which is called Quds. But we are asking Canadian government to list the entire organization, because they are terrorists.
In August, the Ontario Superior Court ruled in favor of 8 families of Flight PS752 victims who brought a lawsuit against the Iranian regime and the IRGC. The court awarded $142 million to the families. However, it is unlikely they'll ever see that money. Iran is all but certain to ignore the ruling, and Iran doesn't have assets to seize in this country. So given that options are limited in Canada, what kind of accountability do you want to see internationally?
Well, I mean, international courts, which our association from the very beginning, we decided there's no point of going to any other courts but international courts. Those courts are International Court of Justice and International Criminal Courts. That's where they really have the power to force Iranian regime and IRGC to be accountable, and also require them with sanctions and also kind of punishments to force them to tell the truth and also do the investigation. Because there has been no credible investigation to terrible tragedy.
Karosh, I'm so sorry for your loss and for the loss of all of those families affected. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you very much for.
All right, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.